This week, Zoom was clocking overtime as several grassroots groups took to the online service to organize and fundraise in support of Vice President Kamala Harris. That includes a group of white women who actually broke Zoom after nearly 200,000 of them joined the call in support of Harris's campaign. And joining me now is Shannon Watts, the founder of Moms Demand Action and the organizer of the White Women Answer the Call Zoom call. Shannon, I was so excited to have you on the show because, look, I dialed in for that Zoom call on Thursday. I was even doing it remotely from a plane, but I was so excited to hear the energy on that call. But I need to know, at last count, it was nearly 200,000 women that raised over $8.5 million in less than 90 minutes. But I think these numbers are still growing. So what are the latest on that call?
I woke up to an email this morning saying that we have now raised over $11 million from a 2-hour call, which is pretty astronomical. And I'm just so thrilled and grateful for everyone who has donated.
I mean, I have to pick up my jaw off the floor a little bit because I saw from, followers and people on social media, a lot of these people that gave the money from this call, these are some first-time donors, number one. But number two, a lot of them signed up for recurring contributions because they believe so much in this. And, I was looking at some of the stats, and I was looking at Pew Research, for example. It said that white women in the last 2 presidential elections supported Donald Trump over the Democratic nominee, and that number was like 47% to 45% in 2016, but then it grew to 53% in 2020. How much did that play into your decision to organize this call?
Well, for me, the way it started was I saw a woman named Joteka Edie having a call with Win with Black Women. I mean, just hours after Kamala Harris was clearly going to be the presumptive nominee. And 44,000 people, they raised nearly $1.5 million. And then the next day, Black men did the same thing. And when I woke up Tuesday morning, I thought, are white women going to do this too? We have a lot of political power and economic power that we can tap into. And so I just put a tweet out saying, who's in? And the response was just overwhelming. And, in 2 days, we were able to pull this huge call together. It was the largest Zoom call in history. We kept crashing because there were so many people on the platform. We had to go to other social media streaming services. In all, about 200,000 people, as you said, saw it. And so, look, I think what white women, the conversation we needed to have was less of a rally and more of a reckoning around the data that you just gave. And if you look even further back than the last 2 elections, the majority of white women have only voted for Democrats twice in the last, since the 1950s. And so we have a lot of work to do if we want to elect the first woman, the first Black woman, the first AAPI woman president. And that's what Thursday night's conversation was about.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that our viewers know it's not just white women, but it's Black men, Black women, South Asians, LGBTQ plus supporters that are doing these Zoom calls. What is the common cause here that's creating this amazing diversity of a coalition?
I just think there are so many people who are so excited about electing Kamala Harris president and want to get involved in their own way. And look, to be clear, we are coming together as a much larger coalition. In fact, on Monday night, Women for Harris is having a conference call, and our call sent so many new volunteers to them, they actually had to move the call by 1 day to get the technology that they needed to have all those callers on the line. And so I would hope that everyone will sign up for the Women for Harris call on Monday night, because we will get very specific marching orders about what to do next and over the next 100 days to make sure that Kamala Harris is president.
Well, and that's going to you just stole my thunder a little bit, because I really wanted to ask you, how does this momentum stay between now and November?
Look, I think the energy is so overwhelming and so palpable and just proves how electable Kamala Harris is. And this is about organizing. And that's what you're seeing happen on these calls. It's just the first step to what we need to do to get out the vote. We need everyone to be making calls, to be knocking doors. Maybe you're going to spend some time in a swing state this summer so that you can get out the vote. We all need to do our part, and we can't afford to sit on the sidelines. As they say, democracy is something that we all need to get involved in. Otherwise, it won't thrive. It will fail. And the choice is so stark in November, right, between freedom and fascism. And so I would just ask everyone who's watching us today to figure out a piece of the work that they can take on, and then commit to doing it over the next 100 days. And if we all do that, we will win.
Shannon Watts, my friend, it's always so good to see you. And thank you for sharing not only the energy, but just kind of the sense of urgency that's really going to help carry this momentum through November. I always appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And coming up, justice for all? As Jack Smith tackles his appeal in the classified documents case and Republicans lay the groundwork courtesy of Project 2025 to subvert the DOJ, should Trump win in November, the stakes could not be higher for the American justice system. We'll discuss after a quick break.
100 events to motivate voters in key swing states. The campaign has more than 250 battleground offices to organize in the months ahead. And since Sunday, 170,000 new volunteers, these numbers are insane, have joined the campaign effort. Joining us now, MSNBC political contributor and White House correspondent for Politico, Eugene Daniels, and former Republican Communications Director, Tara Setmeyer. She is a resident scholar at the University of Virginia Center for Politics. And I should also know, yeah, she is smart, honey, smart. And Mr. Daniels is now the president of the White House Correspondents Association.
Yeah, he happy too.
Yeah. Been a busy time.
After the week he's had. So Tara, you know, you and I have been having a lot of fun over the last week just watching the politics evolve around the vice president and how she's been able to transition from behind the curtain, if you will, you know, to the main stage. What's your assessment of this transitional week for her? As Simone mentioned, 170,000 people. Think about that. Volunteered within like a 3 or 4 day span to work on her campaign, raised well over $100 million, and seemingly has started to get under Donald Trump's skin.
I think there's one word, and it's reinvigorated. The country, the voters, the Democratic base is reinvigorated, and that's evidenced by what we've seen since last Sunday. It hasn't even been a week, people. It hasn't even been a week, okay? Wow. And, you know, in this time frame, we've got Donald Trump and MAGA and J.D. Vance playing defense. They're talking about couches and cat ladies.
Holy cow, the villages.
I got a good sign on the back of mine.
Oh, I'm getting it. Wow, wow. Holy cow. Amazing.
It is wonderful.
So proud. The village.
For 3 years, we heard it every day, that Joe Biden and Donald Trump were the oldest candidates ever. Republicans made the excuse that Biden was 3 years older, and the media gave it a pass. Their breathless coverage of Biden's age, while ignoring Trump's decline, pretended Trump wasn't slurring his speech.
We want a landslide that's
confusing people,
including Obama. I'll tell you what.
Telling weird, wandering stories.
By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Now, there's no excuse. There's only one person in this race now with mental problems. One person with memory problems. One person feeling the icy hand of death from old age creeping closer. One person who knows the clock is running out. And that's old Donald Trump. Weak, impotent, forgetful, mentally declining, fast. He'd be 83 by the end of his term. If he's senile now, he'll be dangerous by then.
Okay. Can you explain something to me? I'm really the real Brit on the outside looking in. The history of Florida and the Republican Party and the history of Florida and the Democrats. Am I right or wrong in thinking that Florida at the moment is traditionally seen as MAGA land? And golf is something which is maybe associated with the former loser guy. Am I correct there? Okay. Can somebody tell me what happened at the Villages today, Saturday the 27th of July, which is the Villages in Florida, has not really registered too much? Because to me, this is a really significant, just very significant. You've had hundreds and hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of golf carts turning out for Kamala Harris. I repeat, hundreds and hundreds of golf carts turning out for Kamala Harris. This is pure MAGA country, right? You don't just get a couple of people in golf carts. This was hundreds. And they're playing freedom. Some are shouting Republicans for Kamala. What is going on? There is something here that... there's just something, and I'm amazed. I've not seen a mention of this anywhere. It's just something I've spotted on social media. Please tell me in the comment section what your thoughts are. But this isn't just like a one-off, like a couple of people got together. You can see for yourself. I've just put some of the clips together. How significant is this? If this is happening in Trump country, MAGA country, where they watch Fox non-stop, you know, they queue up to do whatever it is you do at Mar-a-Lago. Wow.
It is hot and sweaty, but we're out here in the Villages, and I cannot tell you how many golf carts there are. We were expecting 200, and it's virtual insanity. And we've probably had over 100 already start the golf cart rally. So this is amazing. The Villages is Harris country, and we are going to retire Daniel Webster in November.
In January. I've never registered for a party in my life. I was always no party at all. Let's go.
sir. Can I ask you a question? Hi. Why do you think that Donald Trump's a sexual predator?
He admitted to being a sexual predator.
He did?
Yeah.
When? When did he admit that?
Do you live in a cave, lady?
When did he admit that he was a sexual predator? Do you know what a predator is?
When he said he grabbed women by the pussy.
Oh, that's a predator?
Grabs women by the pussies and thinks that he has every right to do it.
Don't get in my face.
I'll get in your face.
You will not get in my face.
Don't be so goddamn dumb.
Oh, okay, I'm dumb.
You're dumb. You don't know.
Look at you. Look at you.
You don't even know he said that.
I know he said that.
You are stupid,
he said that to a guy on a hot mic.
Stupid.
I'm not stupid.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
How many
so listen,
women have filed suit against him for grabbing
I have
them?
no idea. How many women filed suit against Bill Clinton?
Why are you defending Trump if you don't have no idea?
I will defend Trump till the day I die.
Well, you're a pig.
Well, what?
A pig.
A pig? I'm a pig. Okay, what's your name, sir?
None of your business.
Yeah, well, let's see. Ed and Mary, Penn State. Okay, because I'm going to send this to Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr.
Good.
And tell him that you're...
And tell Donald Trump to come down here. I want to punch him right in the nose.
You won't punch him in the nose.
I would punch him right in the nose.
Would you really? Okay, well, I'll tell him.
Tell him.
I'll tell him that you say he's a sexual predator.
He's a pig.
And that he's a bigot and a racist.
A racist, and he's a pig.
And that you sit out on the middle of the...
Here's the paper. They're going to take pictures. You want your picture?
Yeah, yeah, take a picture of this guy.
She thinks I'm crazy.
I think that you shouldn't be able to say that about the President of the United States.
Lady, he's a pig.
That he's the President of the United States. Where are you guys from?
Village's News.
The Village's News? All right. Because see, I'm gonna send this to put it on Twitter today.
Yeah, please.
And I'm gonna see.
I'm enjoying the moment. Former guy pushed off the headlines. Yeah, no wonder. Because let's face it, he's been dominating by saying ridiculous, crazy stuff for how long? Now it's just finally people are beginning to see through it. It's taken a while, and you just realise those that work in cable news, their words don't actually mean anything. I've said all along, their words aren't going to pay the bills. Yeah, the fear-mongering, the lies. Nope, nope, nope. The other thing I will say as well, all of the downers, always looking for bad news, just to try and pick a check off. And some of these are so-called Democrats, like James Carville. He's getting put in his place. There was just a real sense of optimism. Not suddenly say the world is going to change, but there was a sense of optimism that at last the fight back has started against those who've been doing nothing but BS.
Hey, machine, look at the warrior.
He's sending Mark back in time. For the last 5 years, billionaires, not working families. Now he's trapped in the past. 300,000 jobs and only Dr. Brown can help him get back to the future.
What the world needs now is a love, sweet love.
Let's remember who we are. We're the United States of America.
To live alone.